Welcome back, everyone. Today is a big one. It's day 21 of our Express.js course explainer, and we are officially wrapping up the full-stack testing strategies module. We're looking at those final, absolutely crucial steps for getting production ready. You know, you've spent the last 20 days building out this incredibly robust backend, and now it's time to make sure it can actually survive the wild reality of real-world traffic. We're going to take your local code and transform it into a fully automated, tested, and deployed production powerhouse.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to start by leaving that metaphorical parking lot of unit tests, dive into mastering end-to-end testing, and then get into the really fun stuff, automating those deployments. After that, we'll cover how to use AI without letting it take over completely, and finally, we'll wrap it all up into your ultimate full-stack strategy.
All right, let's kick things off right away with Phase 1, leaving the parking lot and moving way past basic unit tests.
Now, we all know that fast unit and integration tests are essential. Seriously, they're like your car's mirrors, but they don't actually drive the car for you, right? If you're only testing components in total isolation, you're essentially just doing donuts in an empty parking lot. And the real-world value of moving beyond that, it is literally massive. To put this into perspective, the automation testing market is projected to hit $20.6 billion. Companies are just pouring money into finding developers who can build reliable, automated safety systems for their apps. It proves that automating complete user flows is a highly sought-after skill.
Which brings us right to our next stop, navigating that rush hour gap and truly mastering end-to-end testing.
So to bridge the gap between those isolated local tests and what the user actually experiences, we have to tackle the complex reality of end-to-end, or E2E testing. This is where you ensure that your front end, your Express backend, and your database are all talking to each other flawlessly in a real browser. It's helpful to think about the classic testing pyramid here. Unit tests, they are super fast. They run in milliseconds, checking pure functions, kind of like your brake lights. But E2E tests, they're checking full browser flows. They are slower, but they act like your headlights, illuminating the complete user journey. You absolutely need them to see the road ahead, but you obviously wouldn't use them to inspect every single inch of the car.
And when it comes to picking your navigation system for E2E testing, you're usually choosing between two heavyweights. On one hand, you've got Playwright. Think of it as this robust cross-city GPS built specifically for continuous integration. It effortlessly drives Chromium, WebKit, and Firefox with some really powerful parallelization. On the other hand, you have Cypress. Cypress is more like that comfy built-in dash system. It's got an interactive live runner, amazing time travel debugging, and it's heavily optimized to make local development feel great. Both are going to get you across town for sure. They just prioritize totally different driving experiences.
But here is the absolute golden rule. Do not try to test everything end-to-end. Because they take a few seconds each, trying to cover 100% of your app with E2E tests is just going to cause a massive traffic jam in your pipeline. Instead, keep it lean. Limit this suite to your 3 to 5 absolute most critical business routes. Test things like sign up and login. Verify your key CRUD operations. Make sure the checkout actually processes payments. Think of E2E as your final high-level sanity check, not a replacement for your faster tests.
Okay, so we've got our tests. Now let's merge onto the highway and talk about automating your deployments.
Because let's be real, a passing test suite doesn't help anybody if the code is just sitting on your laptop. We need a CI/CD pipeline, like GitHub Actions. But before we set that up, we have to talk about security, specifically OIDC, or OpenID Connect. This is the modern way to securely authenticate GitHub Actions with AWS. Back in the day, developers used to copy and paste these long-lived, highly privileged AWS access keys right into GitHub secrets. And if those leaked, absolute nightmare. Game over. OIDC totally changes the game by establishing a secure trust relationship. It generates temporary, short-lived credentials that just expire on their own, drastically cutting down your security risk. When you put it all together, it creates this beautiful, seamless flow. Picture this. You push your code to the main branch. Instantly, GitHub Actions kicks off your fast unit tests, and if those are green, it runs that focused E2E suite. If everything passes, the action securely authenticates using OIDC, and then finally it automatically deploys your containerized Express app straight to AWS. Literally, all you do is push code, and the pipeline does all the heavy lifting.
And the absolute best part about using Amazon ECS Express mode for this pipeline? The operational simplicity is off the charts. It manages all the messy stuff. The load balancing, the networking, the capacity provisioning, all automatically. And get this. It does all of that without adding a single cent of surcharge to your standard AWS bill. You're only paying for the compute resources you actually use.
It's honestly a no-brainer for modern Express.js backends.
All right, moving right along, let's switch gears and talk about AI and why it should be your parking assist, not your autopilot.
Now that our pipeline is humming along, we kind of have to address the elephant in the room. Data shows that AI can speed up test creation by up to 60%, and these new self-healing test suites can save hours of maintenance. So, you're probably wondering, shouldn't I just hand the steering wheel over to AI? Like, why not just prompt a tool to write all the tests and grab a coffee?
Well, the answer lies in this really crucial insight. AI can absolutely help you with the how, but you still have to decide the what and the where. Think of AI as your parking assist. It's going to beep when you get too close to the curb, and it's fantastic at drafting boilerplate code for you. But at the end of the day, you are the developer. You have to maintain control of the vehicle. You own the strategy.
To actually keep your code base safe, you need some hard guardrails. Never, ever let AI dictate your overall testing pyramid strategy. If it generates a test that you couldn't confidently explain to a teammate in plain English, reject it immediately. Don't let self-healing tools just mask a fundamentally broken DOM structure. Always treat AI suggestions like those parking sensor beeps. They're signals for you to investigate, not commandments that you just blindly merge.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. Let's look at the final dashboard and bring your entire full-stack strategy together.
This is what a modern, scalable, and resilient backend actually looks like. It is a layered safety system. At the foundation, you've got a wide base of blazingly fast Vitest or Jest unit tests giving you instant local feedback. Right above that, you're using Supertest and MSW to strictly verify your API contracts and those tricky network boundaries. Capping it all off at the very top is your highly focused suite of 3 to 5 critical E2E flows running in Playwright or Cypress. And the whole shebang is wired together by a GitHub Actions pipeline that refuses to ship code unless every single light on this dashboard is green.
So there you have it. You've officially mastered the tools of automated production readiness. You have taken your Express app from just a simple local script to a fully tested, continuously deployed system backed by modern CI/CD and smart, controlled AI assistants. You've built the engine, you've installed the mirrors, and you've wired the GPS. The only question left for you now is where is your application going to drive next? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. It's been a blast, and I honestly can't wait to see what you build.